see the difference between President Biden and former President Trump on the border with Mexico yesterday, talking about immigration and the border? President Biden presented a let's work together. You said we've got a problem with the border, and we do. We recognize there's a problem. Our senators, Republican and Democrat, have worked together in the U.S. Senate to come up with the most sweeping, comprehensive immigration changes in more than 30 or 40 years. They came up with a plan that Republicans and Democrats worked together to negotiate. And then after we've got this solution to make things better, to improve things, managing the border, managing immigration, what do we have? But we have President Trump, former President Trump, goes and tells the Republicans to blow it up, tells Mike Johnson to not pass it in the House if it comes over, and tells Republicans in the Senate to blow it up. So after they negotiated, they got everything they wanted, then they want them to blow it up. But President Biden is saying, let's still work together. We have a problem. We need to work together to solve problems. See, that's the problem right now. There's too much going on in Washington. One side just wants to grandstand and say there are problems and solve no problems. The other side comes up with problems, working together with both Republicans and Democrats, and then they get the solution, and they say, well, now we don't have a campaign issue to campaign on, so Trump tells them to blow it up because he wants to campaign on it. So you had former President Trump at Eagle Pass, Texas yesterday, and he just talks about how terrible it is. It's all Biden's problems. It's all Biden's all this horrible thing. President Trump, then why in the hell did you tell Mike Johnson, your lapdog, that you want in the House to do your bidding? And why did you tell the Republicans in the Senate to blow it up after they negotiated the deal? They got the best deal and solutions in 30 to 40 years on the border, all the things the Republicans wanted. And now you don't want it because, well, I won't have a campaign issue to beat up on Biden. And since I can't run on my record as a former president, I need this issue to beat up on him. That is not a solution. So those people that support candidates or officials that are currently in office that don't work together to solve problems, they're not good. They're not good representatives. They're not good senators. They're not good presidents. They're sent there to solve problems, not to scream there's a problem, have the solution at hand, and then throw the solution out the door. So we need to make a change, and we need to bring people to Washington that are willing to work together to solve problems. I worked in Washington in 1980 for United States Senator John P. East. He was a Republican conservative senator from North Carolina. The Republicans and the Democrats in the 1980s, they could sit down at tables together. They could talk about their philosophical differences and problems. They would sit down and they would work together. President Reagan worked with Tip O'Neill, two people with extremely different philosophical agreement, but they could work things out. But you get these current Republicans that don't want to work anything out. All they want is to blow it up and blame everybody else, but never get a solution. We need the people in Washington, Republicans, Democrats, and independents that want to work together for the people of the country and not for their own special interest, not for how much they can fatten their personal bank accounts like some do. Look no more than President Trump and all the emoluments he got, all the money that was stayed in the hotels, which wasn't supposed to happen. And we can cite many others where they're personally profiting off of government. That's all they want to do. You can look at Matt Gaetz. You can look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. But back to the border, there's a solution at hand, but Trump blows the solution up. So there you have it. One side wants to solve a problem. One side wants the problem to continue so they have something to complain about. Sounds like a whiny old bitch. Who wants to be married to that? Actually, Melania doesn't anymore. She's getting out of here. So let me know what you think. I love to hear your feedback. I love to hear from all my Democrats. Love to hear from all my Republicans. You can comment however you like. I've worked for Republicans. I have never worked directly for employment as a senator or a Democrat. I've worked for a Republican governor, but I don't always vote that way because they aren't necessarily the best candidate. And these days, they're definitely not the best candidate in a lot of places. There you have it. Love to hear from you feedback.